Hello, my name is Paul Puckridge. I'm the Training Director here at the Success Institute. I'd like to thank you for watching this short video. One of the most important skills that any professional person can have, especially someone in a management, leadership or supervisory role, perhaps even senior employees, is good business acumen. In particular, an understanding of financials and the implication of finance, that is profit and loss, and how a business functions within any organisation. Unfortunately, I think as we all know, only a handful of people in most organisations typically hold that knowledge. And they're people such as the Chief Financial Officer, accountants, or senior managers who have a qualification or a degree in finance. The fact of the matter is, the average manager who works perhaps in your organisation or many others wouldn't know one end of a balance sheet from another. But not just understanding a balance sheet. Do they really understand how a business functions, where its profits come from, where its losses are made, but more importantly, how to increase the effectiveness, the productivity, the efficiency, and how to make gains while reducing costs in an organisation such as yours? Well, up until now, you've had to send people off to business school or do some sort of financial diploma. And let's be honest, most people who don't have that financial bent probably struggle with that whole concept. We now have a business simulation available here in Australia, New Zealand and Asia called Zodiak. Now, I'll show you the cover of the book and I'll talk about Zodiak in a few minutes' time. Zodiak is an absolute incredible way of teaching your people how to understand business acumen, how to understand how your company works, how sales are made, how profits are made, how losses are made, how improvements can change the profitability and the productivity of an organisation such as yours. Zodiak is called a business simulation. And as you'll see in a few minutes' time, and I'm looking at it right now, and you'll see it in a second, it's a game board. But it's not just a game. This is a business simulation where for a day, in the first half of the program, your managers sit around a series of these business simulation boards and they run their own company. Now, before I go any further, let me just say this. Often a question that comes up as I introduce this program is, well, do my people need a background in finance? Do they need to be accountants? The answer is no. In fact, this is why the program is being created. It's designed for people with no skills, knowledge or background in finance, but people that really have an impact on the bottom line of an organisation like yours. So let me put your mind at ease. This is not aimed at someone with a lot of knowledge in finance. We would expect someone to come along who knows very little, if not nothing at all. They sit around a board and they buy a business. The business is called Zodiak. And they trade for 3 years. And the way they do that, using discovery learning principles, is through this manual. And I'll take you through this in a few minutes' time. They make sales, they manufacture products, they sell goods, they pay inventory, they pay for research and development, for depreciation, a whole range of different things, just like your business. And at the end of each year, they have to fill in their balance sheet. They have shareholders with whom own shares along with them. And they have a board meeting each year. Now, this 3-year simulation takes approximately half a day. What they learn through this discovery learning process is how a business operates. How money comes in, how money goes out. The impact of discounting, the impact of crediting, the impact of buying too much or not enough. As they use this discovery learning process in this simulation, it opens up their eyes to how an organisation functions. Now, why is this important? Rather than sitting your people in front of a whiteboard for a day and going through the boring stuff of profits and losses and net tax and pre-sales tax, etc., we actually show them all of this on the board and they fill in the profit and loss statements every year. They talk among themselves. And the wonderful thing is, we see people who come along who have very little, if not any, experience or knowledge in finance, who at the end of this simulation know how to interpret a balance sheet, But more importantly than that, they don't just have good financial acumen, they've got strategies and ideas in place to go back into their workplace and improve the efficiency, the effectiveness, the profitability of their department. Zodiac is played over a day. The simulation is half a day, and in the simulation we have 3 financial years in which they post their profit and loss statements. After the simulation is over, we have what we call a connection session. And in this session we would encourage perhaps your chief financial officer or your accountant to come in and to share your numbers and information to your senior people. In other words, let's have a look at what they learned at the Zodiac game or the Zodiac simulation compared to your numbers. Why is this important? Well, it's important if you want to change the way your people think about finance. If you want your people to find ways of improving sales, reducing costs, increasing profitability and productivity. Because as part of this connection session, each department manager, department head, senior employee is given the task, using what they know already, which is a significant amount, how to improve their particular work areas. For an example, a sales manager, having played Zodiac, might realise the importance of improving the way they make their sales targets. They might look for ways of getting payment up front, not reducing their prices or discounting. They'll look at the impact of giving a small discount to a client and how that impacts the bottom line. They'll also have a much better appreciation of what you as a senior manager have to go through in running the business. Let's be honest, how many of your people really know what keeps you up at night? When they hear we're having a board meeting, do they really know what's being discussed? I think for a lot of organisations, most managers and employees don't know what's discussed, but they will at the end of Zodiac. So enough of me talking about it, let me give you a guided tour. Now, I'm using a handheld video camera. This isn't a Hollywood production by any means, but I hope you'll get an idea as to what happens in the program. So, give me a moment, let me swap cameras, and let me give you a guided tour and a bit of a heads up. By the way, if at any point you'd like to see a demonstration of this, if you'd like to know more, you can phone me, Paul Puckridge, and my mobile number is 0419 881 891. Or you can email me at paul.puckridge, which is Puckridge, @success.net.au. Or if you've lost all of that, just go to success.net.au and you'll find us there. Thanks so much. I'll be back with you shortly.